that we owe so dear to the Biafran people. It is the most brutal month that Biafrans should have in their own um, defensive and offensive attacks against the enemies that are coming into our land. And we launched that attack as at yesterday and the day before yesterday. So go and verify immediately in Biafra land how the enemies were leveled to the ground. So we are beefing up the strength of all Biafrans wherever you are, most especially those back home. Please be stronger and courageous because we are entering into a tougher phase of this liberation. Yes, yesterday the database system uh, team were online to educate Biafrans on their ID card and referendum voting seminar. And I believe it was well detailed and you learned something from it. So continue to spread the news and cast your vote because it is only Biafra that has the solution to all mankind in one Nigeria. I salute the existence of my Prime Minister, the existence of my Supreme Leader, the existence of my eternal leader, the existence of the heroes and heroines that have fought the test of time, the former president of Biafra, all the heroic natures that have stood their ground to see that Biafra land is defended. The Biafra Defense Forces are doing their own bidding. So you as a Biafran back home and in diaspora, how are you doing your own? How are you contributing? How are you helping the liberation to go far and wide? Simon Ekpa's name is on the media, and they are using his name left, right, center to do whatever they want. Yes, it is a name that must be on the media now because he is the liberator. So when I listen to the one Nigerian conventional journalists, brown and yellow and white envelopes, say they shouldn't play with their Nigeria when it comes to international kidnapping because they are very good in international kidnapping. They were about to smuggle Omar Odiko to Nigeria in a bag, and the journalist was very proud and very happy of the way and manner their one Nigerian international kidnappers did it. And so they just oppose what they did to Omar Odiko and what they have done to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they are now making the assertion of why can't they just do the same thing to Simon Ekpa, bring him down, kill him, lock him up, and cut his head off because he is stopping the company of Britain from enjoying what they had planted for long. He is stopping the Fulani Islamic jihadist conquest from taking place. He is stopping another Ilorin conquest. He is stopping all the plans and the conquest and the invasion that have been outlined to take place. Simon Ekpa is truncating all the plans of the terrorists. And they are not very happy about it. Yes, you don't need to be happy. You don't need to even join us. You need to stay on your own and just watch the way we are doing it. But if you're a Biafran, to be too bad that you're staying on the fence because the time of reckoning is coming. If you're not a Biafran, continue to be doing the attacking thing, use and activate the attacking syndrome, which is in your brain. Most of you have activated the Japa syndrome and the Japa system. And while you are exercising the Japa system, you are there blabbing. You are blabbing while your communities and villages have been overrun by the Fulani terrorists. So when you listen to the brown and yellow and white conventional media envelope journalists, at times you need to pinch yourself and ask a question. Are these people real? How could a journalist be very proud that his country, Nigeria, is a terrorist country, and that his country, Nigeria, is very good at international kidnapping, that his country, Nigeria, is very bold in massacring women, babies, and children, that his country is very good in corruption, that his country is very good in smuggling of everything, that his country is very good in human trafficking, that his country is very good in anything evil and bad, and that your country is very good in destroying your dreams and aspirations and what your children should have come to be tomorrow. His country is very good at destroying them, and he's very proud of it. Do you know why he's proud of it? Because of the yellow and the brown envelope that were given to them. So it's so pathetic. But the message you need to understand here is that Simon Ekpa is not agitating. Simon Ekpa is not an agitator as it stands now. Simon Ekpa is a liberator. He has come to liberate the Biafran people. You know, when John the Baptist was there in his days of sojourn, John the Baptist was like an agitator. He came to agitate for the liberator to come. And the liberator was Jesus Christ. John the Baptist agitated for years and months. His agitation made the way for the coming of the liberator. The agitation of John the Baptist and many other preachers paved the way for the liberator to actually come to do the liberating assignment that was given to the liberator. So Jesus Christ came as a liberator in order to fulfill the handiwork of the agitator. So invariably, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made the way, paved the way, agitated and educated and taught you everything that you need to know. So after doing it, he has to call on 100 men because he saw that the ones that he had around him did not contain the liberator inside. The liberator that we were looking for were not contained or was not contained in the over 2,000 DOS members that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had all over the world. The liberator was not found there. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the liberator, was not amongst them. All the people that were there were the criminals, self-centered people, stomach infrastructure people that are only there to look for their political gain, their political aspirations. Some of them use Biafra and IPOB to skyrocket themselves to the pinnacle. Some of them use the Biafra ladder to create awareness for themselves. Now, when you see some of them today tell you, I no longer speak for IPOB, I no longer speak for Biafra, I am speaking for my political advancement. So Biafra was actually used for them as a ladder to portray their political career. So amongst all these 2,000 men that canvassed and carried themselves as the most important, the liberator was not found among them. No. Amongst all of them, the liberator was not found. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tried all he could to transform them from the mindset of criminals into the mindset of a truthful being. It's only a truthful being that can be converted into a liberator. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tried everything, but because a lion can never give birth to a goat, and a goat can never give birth to a lion, neither can a dog give birth to a chicken. A leopard cannot give birth to a wolf, and a wolf cannot give birth to a good. That is why it became very difficult and also imperative for the real liberators to suffix. So when you are all planning and jubilating and advocating and looking for a possible means of how Simon Ekpa can be kidnapped, can be smuggled into a bag or a luggage or a container or a parcel that is packaged to be haulage from Europe to Africa. Go and have a rethink and study the Bible storybook where you were told of the agitator, John the Baptist, and where you were also told of the liberator, Jesus Christ. Think of the role that John the Baptist played as an agitator, paving the way for the liberator to come, which was Jesus Christ. Compare and contrast and just suppose the role that John the Baptist played in order to pave the way and to preach about the liberation, the Christianity, the Savior, the salvation, and the Savior himself that was to come, and how the Savior later came, and how the work of John the Baptist was fulfilled. We all have a mandate in this world. It is not compulsory that everyone must be in the battlefield. Everyone must not be in the information, media, and communications department talking. Everyone must not be in the IT department. Everybody must not be in the road safety department. Everybody must not be in the judicial department. Everybody must not be in the medicinal department. Everybody must not be in the sport department. Everybody must not be in the police department, the military department, the Air Force department, the naval department, the defense department, the logistics department. Everybody must not be in the freedom and religious monitoring department. Everybody must not be in the immigration department. Everybody does not need to be in the transportation department. Everybody must not do the same thing at the same time. There is division of labor, and if you have been given the opportunity to be in one department, you must discharge that very one judiciously. And I want you to add extra to that your judicious effort that you're giving. Put more extra to that your judicious effort that you're giving so that you can deliver in a splendid way. Because John the Baptist did his work, and then when Jesus came, Jesus said, "You have done your work very well. Thank you so much." Martin Nnamdi Kanu came and did his work very well. I am telling all of you that Martin Nnamdi Kanu has finished his job. Martin Nnamdi Kanu has finished his work as the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He came as a John the Baptist to prepare the way, to teach us the way, to explain everything to us, to tell us the prophecy of Biafra and the prophecy of the Liberator, and the prophecy of how we need to be liberated. The brainstorming, the focus, the determination that we need, and the concentration that we need in tough times and in a frail time. All that have been enunciated in the coming of the Liberator, Simon Ekpa. If you did not know him, I'm be this. But for many of you that don't know him, this is Simon Ekpa. This man that you see behind me, or beside me, is the Simon Ekpa I'm talking about. He is the Prime Minister of the indigenous people of Biafra. Biafra Republic Government in Exile, the United States of Biafra that consists of over 40 states. He came, he strengthened the root and boundaries of Biafra, which the terrorist Nigerian government and the terrorist Cameroon government stole and brainwashed all of us. And they dissected many of us into the hands of the Fulanis and all their funjas. Simon Ekpa came, he erected the boundaries. Today we have 40 United States of Biafra. Today we have the Biafra Defense Forces that are engaging the terrorists that are coming into Biafra land to cut off heads of our babies, women and children and men on a daily basis. Today, he has made Biafra land to become the safest place in one Nigeria. Today, he has done what? He has established the Biafran Republic Government headquarters in Baltimore, which serves as a central governing body unit to the Biafran people. Biafran people can boldly walk up to their government in exile and submit a petition or problem or complaint about what is happening to them in a particular place. Biafran people can walk up boldly and apply and obtain any document of assistance of any kind that they need from their government in exile office without any provocation from anywhere. Biafran people now have licensed offices in all their countries, and this serves as the intermediary embassies working in pari passu with the Biafran Republic government in exile headquarters in Baltimore. Biafran people have a template that have been set up as a government to destroy one Nigeria and to have their restoration of Biafra independence nation. The Biafran people, under the auspices of this Prime Minister, have come to restore that Biafra which was declared by Ojukwu, our own general, our own eternal leader in 67. We're not coming to declare a different Biafra or a new Biafra. We are coming to restore that Biafra which Ojukwu declared. Yes. This Prime Minister, this Simon Ekpa that they say they want him killed, they want his head on the spike. He has made our babies, our women, our men and children, our fathers and mothers to have a safe haven in Biafra land. Today you see dead bodies of babies, children, women and children and men stockpiled in the far north and middle belt, in Kano, Kaduna, Plateau, Benue, Abuja, Borno, Maiduguri, Zamfara, Ondo. Recently, you saw how many heads of the traditional rulers in the Yoruba land were chopped off by Fulani terrorists. In Biafra land, this Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, that you see here, have made our women and children to be safe. The tenacious stand of the Biafra Defense Forces, who are engaging every terrorist that are coming into Biafra land on daily basis, has made Biafra land to be safe. Every Biafran Defense Forces are not imported soldiers or contracted soldiers. No, they are indigenous volunteered army. So that means these are people that have felt the brunt of one Nigeria from 1970s after the genocidal war down to this very day. They have seen pains and penury. They have gone through hell, and they understand what their families, their children, and their generations have suffered in the hands of one Nigeria. So when you see them brainstorm, ready to defend motherland, they are not contracted from nowhere. They are the indigenous people of Biafra. They are the indigenous people of the land who have worn the shoe of one Nigeria, felt the pain, understood where it itches them and how it scratches them afterwards. You feel how you pain when the rain boot that you put to your leg, spider, is inside. You are the one that put your leg in the rain boot, and you are the one that feel the pain, so you can tell. So the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Defense Forces are made up of volunteers who have felt the pain of one Nigeria before now. And so that's why when they are fighting with a determined mindset. Their focus and agility is embedded in Biafra. Biafra has come to be, and it has come to stay. So this Simon Ekpa that all of you want his head on the spike is the reason why your women and children, their head have not been chopped off by Fulani terrorists. Yes, this will continue because we have come. You know, I listen to many of the Nigerian conventional media when they speak. You have to listen to them because if you don't listen to them, you may not know the level of their idiosyncrasy. They said, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he is released, he will not talk about Biafra again. They will give him a condition that he would never allow Biafra to speak again. We have told you very well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has finished his work. So when you see, like the other ones that they contracted, which wore white and carry Israeli flag and say they don't support referendum, they don't listen to Simon Ekpa, they condemn referendum by Simon Ekpa, they will only listen to Nnamdi Kanu. So Nnamdi Kanu have not told them they should go and do referendum or they should join referendum. So they are waiting until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out. So these are the people that actually want you to die so that they will say, oh, you are dead. So because you are dead, we cannot go forward and come backward. But first and foremost, you need to understand that those people in that video, they were contracted. These are people that have been arranged, given money by Nigerian governments and IPOB in Nigeria. They put them all together to release those videos so as to downplay the power of the Biafra referendum. These are not people you should be taking serious or listening to. The people you should be listening to is the BRGIE media. You have them on the Twitter space 24 hours, mounting the defense mechanism, mounting the engine house of Biafra, talking every day, 24 hours, they are on Twitter space. Then you see the media outlets and ministers also speaking, and cabinet members from all other social media platforms. Stop listening to all these nonsense people that have been contracted by one Nigeria to downplay your effort in Biafra. Because they know that whatever they are saying does not carry water unless we portray their video to make it go viral. We've seen many other videos. We've seen videos and publications where Nigerian Army, on the day of the Nigerian Army's Remembrance Day, they wrote some pamphlets putting Simon Ekpa's name, circulating it as a means of awareness that everybody in Biafra land should hate Simon Ekpa. We have not brought it out to the media, so you people have not seen it, right? So it is only what we talk about as the BRGI media that makes wave. When we don't talk about them, when we don't push them out, doesn't go to anywhere. Because it is the face of Biafra that is speaking now. And the face of Biafra that is speaking now is the Prime Minister. It is whatever he portrays with his government that will sell. Whatever he does not portray with his government, it will not sell. So those that have been contracted on a daily basis, they will continue to contract more of them. But I need to remind you something, that in the middle of the genocidal war of 1966 to 70s, that Britain and Nigeria were coming to drop a propaganda leaflet inside Biafra land. They dropped it in all the communities and villages of Biafra. They were flying with helicopter, dropping this propaganda leaflet. What was written on it? What was written on that propaganda leaflet was that the Biafran people should hate Ojukwu and fight against Ojukwu with his men. That Ojukwu has brought destruction to their lives. That Ojukwu has come to kill all of them. That them, Nigeria and Britain, are the good guys, that they have come to save them. That all of them should fight against Ojukwu because Ojukwu is destroying their lives. This was in the middle of the war, the middle of the blockade, the genocidal war, when they had blockaded everywhere and made hunger and starvation to become a tool and a weapon of warfare on the gnashing teeth of the Biafran people. So they decided to drop a propaganda leaflet to portray your own savior to become your enemy, to explain to you that it is your liberator that is causing your pain, to explain to you that it is your liberator that is your enemy, that them who use weapons to massacre you, that they are actually your friend. So when you compare what I just said now to the propaganda messages that is being leveled against the Prime Minister and the Biafran government in exile and the Biafran Liberation Army today, you should understand that everything that is happening is a method of warfare. It is propaganda and blackmail method of warfare that needs to be implemented to see how the mindset of the people of Biafra can be cajoled into believing that they are really their own problems. Because when they tell you that you should neglect and reject your identity as IPOB, which means Indigenous Persons of Biafra, and tell you, come and embrace one Nigeria, become one Nigeria, answer Fulani Islamic Jihadist terrorists. That is what you should go back and sit down and reason and ask yourself. I am a Biafran. I don't use knife to cut people on the throat. I don't slit people's ear off. I don't kidnap people. I don't kill people on a daily basis. How come a Fulani terrorist is coming to tell me that I am my problem and that I should reject my Biafranship, my Biafranhood, and then come and accept to be a Fulani, identify myself as a Fulani terrorist? When you understand the happenings of the day and the methods and weapons of warfare that are being used, you will not be cajoled into anything and you will not be swayed into whatever. You will not fall into any contraption or any trap. We are calling on all Biafrans to wake up and key into what we are doing. You have a liberator. The time of agitation had come and gone. The time of agitation was when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was preaching, agitating, and educating us. The same time that John the Baptist used to preach the message of Jesus Christ, of his coming, and what he's coming to do, and what his coming means, and what salvation means, and the main reason why everybody should embrace him. But when Jesus Christ actually came, the work of John the Baptist was completed. So I'm telling you now that the work of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been completed. The day he was kidnapped and locked up, his job was completed. It is our own, it is incumbent on us now to give the Prime Minister, the Liberator, who has come to fulfill the work of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is our own now. It is incumbent on us now to give him all the support. All the money that you have, all the tithe and offering that you have, where it should be going now is to the Biafra Liberation, the Biafra Defense Forces. Yes, that is where everything should be going now, because we need all funds, we need money so much to be able to destroy, acquire more weapons, and cut off the tails, the leg, the hands, and the fins of every Fulani Islamic Jihadist terrorists that are coming to kill, rape our women and children, and to destroy our nationhood. No, we need to beef up our strength and increase everything that we have been doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has finished his job. The job is now in the hands of this liberator. And this liberator, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has the finishing line to do. So for those of you that are looking for him to kidnap, you will not be able to kidnap him because he is the liberator that has come to liberate the agitator that you kidnapped. Yes. The agitator came to preach for his coming to come and do the finishing. So you kidnap the agitator that came to preach for his coming. Now, him being the liberator, he has not only come, he has come to do the work of a liberator and to finish the work to the finishing line. He has come to restore that Biafra which Ojukwu declared. He has come to restore that same Biafra which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to awaken our subconsciousness. He has come to do what? To restore that referendum which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came and told us that his stand and his resoluteness and his resolve is bent on Biafra referendum. That referendum which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about is what the Prime Minister has come to restore. He has come to restore everything. The lost glory of Biafrans, everything that was stolen away from Biafrans, he has come to restore them. And he has come to end the genocide in Biafra land. He has come to be an end to one Nigeria. And yes, one Nigeria is coming to an end. That is why the cry is everywhere. And we want you all to continue to be in to see what's going to happen. Tomorrow is another day where we will unveil another landmark achievement, the Biafra shop. The Biafra shop is where you can go in, buy any product that is on Biafra, that is sponsored and coming out from this Biafran Republic government in exile under the leadership of this Prime Minister, this very government. Everything that we do should be traffic driven. That is economic traffic driven. That is money traffic driven. So through the Biafran shop, whatever you're buying, you buy, you pay for a product, you get the product, and then in turn, from what you have done by getting that product and buying that product and patronizing the Biafra shop, you are indirectly supporting the Biafra liberation with some percentages. So it's like when you enter into the crypto market, just like we have the Bank of Biafra, Biafran coin, Ejemma, the Biafran coin, the currency of the ancients, the USBT. If you have not bought a token in the USBT, you are not helping the government. If you have not staked anything, if you have not subscribed to the USBT Biafran coin website and the Biafran coin currency, you are not helping the government. Because the more you go in and invest and stake, you are increasing the lifespan, the popularity, and you are pushing and publishing the existence of the Biafran coin, the USBT. By so doing, you are making the market to populate. You are pushing it to the sphere. You are making everyone to know it. The more investment people do on USBT, Biafran coin, the more it makes it to become more relevant. So the more you now go into the Biafra shop, invest or buy or do anything, the more you are supporting this Biafran government and the Liberation Army. So you support the government in either ways. So that is why it's good for you to key into everything. Your ID card is very important. That is why the lecture seminar of yesterday was of great importance to every Biafran. Now, the Biafran government in exile have a target. Before the end of this May, we have a target to deliver for Biafrans for the ID card. And we want to hit that target. That is why, if you have not applied for your ID card, you are not doing yourself any good, and you are not doing this government any good. You need to go and apply for your ID card. Now, if you have not applied for your convention in Finland, you have to go and apply because the slot is closing up. We had 1,000 slots or thereabouts, and that slot, or 1,500, that slot is closing up. Every day people are filing in their application and getting their boarding pass, and you have not done yours. So the number is reducing. Number is not increasing anymore. By the time you now want to go and do your own by next month, and then you see that the slot is filled up, what will you say? Rush now, go and pay for your ticket for the convention. Biafra Declaration, 2nd December 2024. Same thing applies to your ID card because it is your ID card that is the only identity that is internationally recognized to tell that you are a Biafran as it stands now, until Biafra is restored for you to get the passport. As it stands now, the only identity that you have to identify and showcase yourself as a Biafran is the Biafran ID card. And this is acceptable globally because it is Jumio globally verified. Nigeria does not have these services. Many African countries do not have these services. But the Biafran government in exile, the United States of Biafra, did so well to go for the best sophistication of ID card certification for Biafrans, so that we will meet the match, so that we will also beat the match of every international community. What is done on that Jumio verification cannot be falsified, and nothing can be altered without proper documentation. That is why when you pass it on a digital machine, the ID card will certify you and you walk past because it is internationally acceptable. So as a Biafran, you owe yourself this obligation as far as you are in diaspora to go and process your ID card. Go and do it. It is of great importance. You must and you have to do it because this is the ways and manners that you will showcase your readiness, your commitment to the restoration of the independent United States of Biafra. We are not declaring a new Biafra. We are restoring that Biafra which our eternal leader, Ojukwu, declared in 67. So Biafrans should understand this very well. When you are posed with questions like, why are you declaring a new Biafra? Tell them that you're not declaring a new Biafra. Biafra had existed for years. We declared and sustained it from 67 to 70s, and many countries recognized the sovereignty. We stood, we fought our grounds, and then in the midst of nothing to sustain us, we improvised something from what was embedded in our land. For 3 good years, we sustained on our own. The manpower, the firepower, we did not get weapons, we did not buy weapons from any international community. Everything we used were made from what we had. And when we killed all the other terrorists that were coming into our lands, we took more of their weapons and we multiplied our own, plus the ones that we fabricated from what we had. So understand that Biafra had existed 500 years and more before we even declared Biafra in 67. And we are coming to the restoration of that Biafra again in 2024, December 2nd. Biafran people should stand fast. Biafran people should key into everything that we are doing. The Prime Minister is a liberator. He's not an agitator now, he's a liberator because his mandate is to come and liberate and restore Biafra. So it's different from coming to agitate. So if you're looking for a way of killing him, you cannot kill him. You're looking for a way of kidnapping him, you cannot kidnap him because he has a different dream. That dream is liberate, restore, liberate, restore. He did not say he should come and agitate, agitate, agitate. No, his own is to liberate and restore, liberate and restore, liberate and restore. Do not wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come back tomorrow to come and continue to agitate. No, come and continue to come and speak again. No. He has done his job. He has finished his own job. He has finished his own assignment. He has handed over his own book of records to Chukwokike. And Chukwokike transcended the power to another man that has come to carry the finishing line, which is the liberation and the restoration. Mazi Simon Egba is here and is the one that God chose. So all of you that are saying, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let him come out and continue. You people are fools. You people are idiots. You know what we used to call idiot ikodiwa? Idiot ikodiwa. Idiot ikodiwa means an idiot that is in the cassava farm. You know an idiot that is in the cassava farm? An idiot that is in the cassava farm will be cutting cassava. And instead of him to chew the cassava itself, he will now be chewing the peel of the cassava. That is an idiot in the cassava farm. Idiot ikodiwa. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a mandate. His mandate was to show us the way. He has showed us the way finished. So we are now to liberate. And Simon Ekpa is here to do it. So you people can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow. If you like, drop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, blindfold him, then use another person's hand or use his hand to sign any document while you release him and give us. That does not stop us from getting Biafra. Did you hear what I said? I said, if you like, you drug Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you inject him, then you use his hand to sign one document. Then you bring him out and you make him to stand as a status and then read that thing that you made him to sign under duress. After you have dropped him, injected him of something. If you like, you do it, and then what he will now come and read is that I decline myself from Biafra, I don't want Biafra again, I don't do this, I don't do that. That is not our problem. Like I said, he was to make the way for us to come. He has made the way. Now, Biafra, liberation and restoration is in our own hands now, my own hand and your own hand. And Mazi Simon Ekpa is the one that is to liberate you and to restore you the Biafra now. So we don't need to wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and start giving him another job again. No. The job is in our own hands now. All you need to do is to give Simon Ekpa all the support that you need. Give him all the money that we need to acquire weapons. Give the Biafra Defense Forces all the armory. Let the war chest be intact, then go back and sleep. We will defend Biafra land, declare Biafra, restore Biafra, and then defend it to the very last man standing. All we need is your funds and support. Don't bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into the picture. Right. Just allow him to relax because he has done his own work. He has done so well. So do not disturb him again for now.
The more they attack me, the stronger I become. Because it is like you are pouring fuel in the strength that is in me. So bring it on. But I'm telling you today that we have been able to defeat them. We have Chikota Hanchani Nono and defeated them. What we have done to Nigeria and their agent in Biafra struggle is that we gathered them together. This particular sit at home, I told you people, will be the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. You see, the actions, the activities of Biafrans in this sit at home have gathered all the sabos together, all the saboteur together, and we defeated them. Bam! It is mysterious. How many of you will ever believe in this life that everybody will gang up against Biafra?
Is that very clear? Maybe it's not very clear to you. We brought all the sabos together, and then we defeated them. So, while you keep marching Nnamdi Kanu, we are firing from every cylinder. Since you kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, the Fulani terrorists, foot soldiers have increased. The kidnap in communities have skyrocketed. The numbers of people dying on a daily basis have increased. Naira has been destroyed. Why? By Biafran government in exile. Because most of the oil farms, we have shut them down. The valves that is supplying you the oil to come over to the far north and the west, we have shut them down. Some of the oil farms are not working because we have come to understand what our ancestors did, how they fought it, where we have to make amends, the tactics that we need to put in to make a difference. We have understood that you have been using our oil and gas to sponsor the terrorists and to massacre us for years. And now we have to hold you on your blockades. All of you are feeling it now. Your Naira will not have value again. It will die a natural death. And how will the natural death come? We are the ones that is causing it to die that natural death. So it is not a natural one in the real essence. We are the one that is causing the natural death for that your Naira, so that it will die like that and just go. We are the ones making it to happen. Bringing all the heads of the enemies of Biafra together and cutting their tails and their wings off. That is why he came, a liberator. He did not come to agitate, he came to liberate. That is why every step he takes is a liberating mood. Every step he takes is a liberating pattern. It is to cut one avenue at which the terrorists use to destroy us for years. He will cut that avenue off. That is the liberating angle. That is the power of a liberator. Every step he takes is to Bakasha, cut one thing off, destroy them, and then they will become dismembered. Listen to this other moment where they.
Okay. We also have a report from the Chief of Defense Staff telling the House of Reps that Simon Ekpa is frustrating their efforts in the Southeast. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff, that is Christopher Musa, General Christopher Musa, has accused self-proclaimed Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa of undermining the efforts of security forces in the Southeast. General Musa said this while heading a delegation of other service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police during their appearance before the House of Representatives on Tuesday, November 21. In the aftermath of Nnamdi Kanu's arrest, Ekpa had asserted his leadership in the agitation for the restoration of Biafra. I wouldn't want to call it the restoration of Biafra, but that's the word that's being used in the media, for Biafra. Agitation for Biafra, not restoration, but because it will seem as if it had been a country before. It is widely believed that Ekpa is allegedly providing financial support and armed groups operating in the Southeast, who often enforce the sit-at-home order declared by Ekpa. Accusing Finland of safeguarding Ekpa, Musa urged the federal government to initiate diplomatic dialogue with the Finnish government and invite the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria to address the concerns surrounding the activities of the agitator. Musa acknowledged the efforts of the military and other security agencies in maintaining peace in the southeast, but he expressed concern that Ekpa's comments and actions were undermining these efforts. When I was reading this story, I was just remembering the Umaru Dikko incident. You know, this is Nigeria, where we attempted to smuggle someone in a bag or a box back to Nigeria in those days. You don't mess with Nigeria. But how can someone stay in a foreign country and be instigating the people back home to be killing themselves? Because as far as I'm concerned, the Southeasterners are killing themselves because the bulk of the victims are Southeasterners as well. So how can someone be instigating people to fight a country and then to kill himself, and another country is shielding this person? Or is it that Nigeria is not doing enough to make sure that this person is brought to book or something? What other way do they define terrorism and terrorism financing and terrorism enabling? You know, is he not an enabler of terrorism in the southeast of Nigeria? So why is the Finnish government keeping him? There are a lot of questions that maybe we need to ask the diplomats to give us answers to, so that we get to know why it is so difficult to get this man out of the way, get him arrested, put him in jail, or prosecute him, or one thing or the other that can be done to the man. So maybe we'll be asking, like I said, a diplomat or people who are in the know to tell us why it's so difficult. Because, okay, for instance, Nigerians have just been told why the Super Eagles coach cannot be fired. So we have seen reasons with them. So let's also know why Ekpa cannot be arrested or cannot be taken to court or something. Let's get to know so that we put our minds at rest. He's in a faraway land, but financing possibly the terrorism that is going on in the southeast. Those are people who are some of the most industrious people in Nigeria, if not the most industrious people in Nigeria. And Monday market used to be like the in thing when you're talking business. People were coming from every...
Did you listen to him? Okay. When you listen to him, you hear somebody speaking from his annals. You hear somebody being proud of a terrorist country. You hear somebody telling you that when it comes to kidnapping, international kidnapping, you should not play with our Nigeria, because he's very proud of it. And he's very happy of whatever ways and manners that Nigerian government do their kidnapping, because he is a Nigerian and he's happy to be a Nigerian, identifying himself as a country of international kidnappers. And he is very proud the way they smuggled Omar Dikko into a bag to bring him to Nigeria, and he's happy the way they also kidnapped Mazen Namdekano. And he is now kind of worried. Why are they taking so long not to kidnap Mazi Simon Ekpa the same way, lock him up, cut his head off, and massacre him and destroy him? And these are the people that you all celebrate. These are the Nigerian media that people celebrate. Nigerian media that is very happy of how all of you dies on a daily basis. You see, the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation has put them in this mess. They put them in this shambles that they sanction them that they must come and talk ill about you, the citizenry. They must come and talk ill about your existence, that they must come and portray the importance of a Fulani terrorist and then downplay the massacre that the Fulani terrorist is doing to you. That they must come and portray and demonize you as a citizenry, thereby in turn projecting the integrity of a Fulani terrorist. These are the Nigerian conventional media houses that you have. So this one is not about Nigeria itself, but this is about the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation ethics. They are very proud that Nigeria is an international kidnapping country. And they do it in a very clandestine way. And him is so proud the way they did it to Omar Dikko. And he is looking forward and waiting to see how it will be done to Simon Ekpa. I've told you that Simon Ekpa is not an agitator. He did not come to agitate. He came to liberate. So that is why you will not be able to kidnap him because his own mandate is different. The agitator, the preacher, the person that came to come and explain and teach us about today has already done the job. Now, him is just to come and do the work of the liberator and the restorator, or the restorer, as some languages and countries may call it. Liberator. So he's here to come and restore, he's here to come and liberate you, he's here to come and do the restoration. So you will not be able to see him and kidnap. Useless social media of Nigeria channels. You will not be able to see him kidnap. They will not kidnap him because they won't be able to kidnap him because his mandate is different. And shame on you for coming and sitting on your international media to look for a way and manner of kidnapping Simon Ekpa, while you have not thought of security measures to secure your families in your communities from the hands of the Fulani terrorists that has ravaged everywhere. You are thinking of how to kidnap Simon Ekpa. Isn't it myopic that someone that cannot remove a stake on his eye is actually trying to go remove a stake on another person's eye? So we are calling on all Biafrans to go and contribute their quota to this liberation. And please go and do your ID card, and please go as well and pay for your Biafra convention ticket. Do not miss out in tomorrow's program. Stand fast and stay tuned because this very government has a lot for you. Thank you so much and see you later on. Dewo Mochineke.
Hail Biafra, land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In him we trust. Shout it, sing it, all hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle.